Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another podcast episode. My name is Javia Monet, the host of the Echoes of the Void podcast, where I help you explore spirituality from all aspects, recognize your potential, and energize your passion to align with your highest self. Today, we're diving into something real, something inevitable. We're talking about getting older, about death, about time, but not in a way that's meant to scare you. This is meant to wake you up. Because let's be honest, the only thing that we truly have in this current moment is this moment. And even that's not guaranteed. Today's quote is "Free yourself today, because tomorrow may be too late." And I want you to sit with that. What do you need in order to free yourself from fear, doubt, the weight of expectations? Whatever it is, we're going to explore our perception of time, aging, and even death, and see how those shape our lives. The way we hold on to things that are already gone, waiting on the right moment to start living. But here's the thing, there's no such thing as a right moment. There's only the now. And I know that's something that we hear all the time. Live in the present. But do we actually do it? Do we treat our time like the sacred, irreplaceable thing that it is? Or do we keep telling ourselves that we'll start later? That we'll be happy when we have more money, more success, more security? What if later never comes? What if today is the only guarantee that we get? This episode is going to be deep. We're talking about the science of aging, the spiritual side of death, the impact of hustle culture on our well-being, and the truth about time being our greatest asset. We'll also be highlighting the book, The Greatest Miracle in the World, and its message, how it fits perfectly into the topics that we'll be discussing today. So, settle in, take a strong breath, and let's have this conversation. Because this isn't just about aging or death. It's what it means to truly live. Segment 1, the reality of time and aging. Time is our most valuable, non-renewable asset because it's the only thing that we can never get back. Think about it. Every second that passes is gone forever. We can make more money, rebuild relationships, and even heal from past wounds, but time, once it's gone forever. And yet, most people live like they have all the time in the world. We procrastinate, we hesitate, we tell ourselves that we'll do things that we really want to do later or are going to do later. But what if there is no later? What if all we truly have is right now? The way we talk about time affects how we experience it. If you constantly say, "I never have enough time," your brain will believe that. If you constantly say, "There's always tomorrow," you'll put things off indefinitely. Words create reality. And time is something we either waste or we invest. The scary part, most of us don't even realize we're wasting it. Then there's the fear of aging. Society has conditioned us to believe that getting older is something that we should dread. The beauty industry thrives on fears. Billions are spent each year on anti-aging products, procedures, and treatments designed to keep us looking 25 or younger forever. But what if we saw aging differently? In many ancient cultures, Aging was seen as sacred, a sign of wisdom, growth, and experience. But in today's world, we're taught to fight against it at all cost. What can we even do with that? We're fighting an inevitable fight. We're fighting a fight that can never be won. Because age is going to get us one way or another. Scientifically, aging happens because of changes at a cellular level. Our bodies regenerate constantly. Our skin replaces itself every few weeks. Our bones renew, and even our organs go through repair processes. But over time, telomeres are the productive caps on our DNA. They shorten. And when they get too short, cells stop dividing properly, leading to aging. But here's what most people don't realize. Stress, lack of sleep, the negative thoughts accelerate that process. The way we perceive aging actually influences how we age. Studies have shown that people who have a positive outlook on aging live longer and healthier lives. Why? Because the mind and body are deeply connected. Way deeper connected than what we typically give ourselves the credit for. If you believe that aging means decline, your body will follow suit. But if you see it as a natural, beautiful process, your body responds differently. So I ask you, how do you talk about aging? How do you talk about time? Because the way you frame it is how you experience it. Segment 2, the reality of death and letting go. Death is one of the most uncomfortable topics for most people. We avoid it. We act like it's something far away, something we won't have to face until we get much older. But the truth is, anyone can go at any time. And once you realize that, it changes you. Losing someone, especially someone your age, leaves a mark. It shifts your entire perspective. Suddenly, the things you once stressed about seem small. The little arguments, the petty worries, the unnecessary grudges, they don't hold the same weight. Because when you're faced with the reality that time can be cut short, you realize how much of it is wasted on things that don't matter. A quote I like to live by is, if it won't matter 5 years from now, it doesn't matter now. That makes sure that all of your actions are compounding. Here's where it gets deeper. Death isn't just physical. Sometimes death is about letting go. The death of the old version of yourself, the death of the relationship that no longer aligns with you, the death of the identity that once clung to you. Every transformation requires a death. But we resist it because we see endings as something to fear rather than a natural part of evolution. In spiritual traditions, death is not the end, it's the transition. Energy cannot be destroyed, only transformed. And if that's true, then death is not a loss, but a shift into something new. What if we started viewing endings not as something to grieve, but as something to embrace? What if we let go of our fear of endings and instead saw them as necessary steps towards growth? I want you to take a moment and ask yourself, what do I need to let die? I'll tell y'all what I need to let die. I need to let die impulsive decision making. Most things are not a 911 call, they're a 411 call, and that's okay. I need to let cravings die. What else do I need to let die? Any type of cap that I have in my mind that tells me that I can't do it. Any type of cap. Like, I need to be limitless. So I'm going to let all of those glass ceilings die. Those are just a few lines. But What old belief, habits, or fears are keeping you stuck? Because sometimes the biggest thing holding us back is the refusal to let go of what's already gone. What are you going to let die? Segment 3. The detriments of hustle culture and the importance of health. We live in a world that glorifies overworking. Hustle culture has convinced us that success is more important than health. Sleep is luxury, not a necessity. That rest equates to laziness. But let's look at the facts. Sleep is not optional, it's essential. Your body literally repairs itself while you sleep. Your brain processes emotions, your cells regenerate, toxins are flushed out of your body. When you don't sleep, your body doesn't get that recovery time. Lack of sleep has been linked to heart disease, Alzheimer's, and even shorter lifespans. And yet we wear exhaustion like it's a badge of honor. Hustle culture is a trap. It keeps you distracted, disconnected from yourself, and in a constant state of burnout. And the scariest part, most people don't even realize that they're in it until they reach a breaking point. You are not here just to work and die. Stop thinking that. You are here to experience, to create, to love, and to be present. So ask yourself, are you living or are you just surviving? So, the greatest miracle in the world, understanding our worth. There's a reason why I wanted to highlight this book. The Greatest Miracle in the World by Og Mandino is a story that shakes you awake. It reminds you that you are the miracle. Your very existence is rare. Your breath, your thoughts, your ability to feel and experience, none of that should be taken for granted. The book represents the idea of the God memorandum, a powerful message that calls us to recognize our worth. It's not a religious text in the traditional sense. It's a reminder that we are all divine creations, wasting the most valuable thing we have, our time. Mandino speaks about the power of habits and how we become trapped in our routines. Many people go through life on autopilot, waiting for a better time to start chasing their dreams, repairing relationships, or changing their mindset. But that time never comes unless we make the decision to act now. This book forces us to ask ourselves, what are we doing with the time we've been given? Are we treating ourselves as the miracle that we are? Are we waking up every day with gratitude? Or are we wasting our days in stress and self-doubt? The importance of self-belief. Many people walk through life believing they are ordinary, unimportant, and incapable of greatness. The thing that's standing between you and a different life is the belief that you deserve it. Like, all you gotta literally say in the mirror every morning is, hey, I deserve it. I deserve this. It's not just a desire. I deserve it. It's already mine. That's the type of mindset you have to have in order to have things flourish into your life. If you have not read The Greatest Miracle in the World, I highly, highly recommend it. Not just as a book, but as a wake-up call. Because you, right now, are the miracle. The fact that you even woke up and listened to this today. What? No. The fact that you even woke up out of your sleep today, that's a miracle. The fact that we can even dream is a miracle. What do you mean I close my eyes and I'm in a different world, separate from this physical body that I have here? What do you mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a miracle. The fact that your body is perfectly made. Your eyes are like camera lenses that can see everything. And like you can literally see colors. That's a miracle. You have your limbs. That's a miracle. You're able to walk. That's a miracle. What? You mean to tell me God was just like, oh, let me do my big one real quick. Here are all the veins and nerves and all of these intricate systems that are gonna work with one another in order to create what's called a human body. Like, what? You're a miracle to even be here. Use that power. The fact that you woke up today tells me that you have time left. And the precious time that you have left here on this earth, that's everything. Use it wisely. Now, what you gonna do with this miracle? Phase 5. Living urgently without fear. The goal is not to live in fear of death. The goal is to live so fully that when death comes, you have no regrets. Living urgently doesn't mean rushing through life in a panic mode. It means being present in every moment, loving deeply and without hesitation, letting go of what no longer serves you, taking action on things that matter. If you knew for a fact that you had 1 year left to live, how would you spend it? What would change? And the real question, why aren't you living that way right now? Because the truth is, we don't know how much time we have left right now. We have no idea. And that's exactly why we need to free ourselves today. If you take one thing away from this episode, let it be this. Your life is happening right now. Not tomorrow, not next year, now. Not when you have more money, not when you have more time, not even when you have more clarity, baby, because you'll sit on it and I know that you're going to be looking, oh, I don't know, I just need things to be clearer. No. Now. Don't give yourself the excuse to procrastinate. Get it done. The way that you spend this moment determines the type of life that you're going to live. Make sure that your actions are compounding into the reality that you want. Another book, The Compound Effect, I'll put it up. Your actions compound into your reality. Another book, The Slight Edge. I'm sure I've mentioned it before. Your actions compound into the reality that you want to create. So create that. If you're not happy with how your body looks, get on a fucking treadmill. If you don't like where your life is right now, then you need to change something. And you probably already know what it is that you need to change. You just haven't decided to hit the ground running yet. I tell people all the time, it's not gonna change until it hurts enough for you to change it. Does it hurt enough for you yet? And ask yourself, what else needs to die in order for it to hurt enough? Oh, this shit is fucking funny to film on my fucking own. Like, I'm really talking to a fucking camera right now. Honestly, you gotta be delusional enough to do this shit. Damn. Aging, death, time. These aren't things to fear. They're reminders. Reminders to live with intention. To stop waiting. To stop holding yourself back. You never really know how much time we have. We assume we have years, but in reality, all we have is now. So what does it mean to free yourself today? It means letting go of the illusion that you have unlimited time. It means releasing fear, doubt, and procrastination. It means choosing to be present, to love fully, and to take the risks that your heart is calling you to take. Because waiting is a gamble. And one day, the opportunity to do what you truly want will be gone. When you start to see how fragile and temporary everything is, instead of letting that scare you, use it as fuel. Let it be the reason that you start living with a sense of urgency. That does not mean that you seek such swiftness and quickness that you make mistakes. That means that you're living with a sense of urgency, yet still using discernment. You're still using your decision-making skills. You're still thinking on results. You're not just acting. Moving with a sense of urgency means that you're moving with accuracy and urgency, not just urgency. Let that be the reason that you start living with not just urgency, but passion. Let that bring your spark back. Shit. Let this episode bring your spark back. Get up. You got this. Life can't kick you down. And if you feel like life is kicking you down, you need to affirm the fact that you are a eternal miracle of a being. And you have the capability to pick yourself up, regardless of if life has kicked you down. Every breath is a second chance. Every sunrise is an invitation to start over. Every moment is an opportunity to choose life, to choose love, to choose freedom. So I'll ask you again, what do you need to free yourself from today? Fear, self-doubt, the expectation of others, the idea that you have more time, whatever it is, let it go. Live now, love now, free yourself today, because tomorrow may be too late. All right, this one's called Hustle Contradictions. I feel that it aligns really well with this week's episode, which was my intention. Hustle contradictions is I'm living through this realm. Fuck a public image gonna take me off the shelf. YOLO, only live once, so I'ma hustle, I'ma bustle till I get what I want. But then I wonder lack of rest while I'm trying to protest, playing chess, cause I wanna make a sense of this mess. I am eternal, body letting go of this stress. Earth skin can't define what I wanna protect. Cause I'ma live good, I'ma show up in bed. And just remember that God is in me, God is in you, God is in we. So money can't control the seed. Walk inside the image, money flows to me. What I see in you is what you see in me. Awareness of the ego as I'm holding me. I can do it all because I'm controlling me. I'm setting myself free. I hustle in the morning and working through the night. It used to be storms keeping me warm. Now I'm the light. I hustle in the evening. It keeps me alive. Yeah, I'm catching flights. I'm booking nights. This is your sign. As if I don't give y'all enough information, I wrote a book. And this book is called Walk Between Worlds. Yeah, we're walking between worlds. That walk that is in between the world of happiness and sadness, joy and anger. You know what I'm saying? Like all the different emotions, all of the different contradictions of things that you have to choose. Yeah, that walk between that, yeah, that's the void that you have to embrace. So, I welcome to y'all Walk Between Worlds. I'm going to put the link down below. Embrace the void, awaken your truth. And y'all let me know what y'all think. It's 1888 because 888 is the number for wealth and abundance. So that's what I'm wishing upon all of you. That's what I'm wishing upon myself. I hope that this episode sparked something inside of you, because that's the whole point. Not just to listen, but to act. Until next time, take care of yourself. Honor your time. Remember that you are the miracle. And as always, embrace the void.